Today, we will study about how to study with video. In the lesson 3, we learned how to study with sound source. Do you remember? Unlike sound sources, studying with video is difficult to practice listening, watching, repeating, and dictating at the same time. When you study using video, you should practice feeling the emotions or thoughts of the characters and reacting immediately. To study English conversations, people watch foreign broadcasts or watch foreign videos on YouTube. Unfortunately, it will be difficult for us today to study using video. I want to use foreign dramas, but it's difficult because of copyright issues. Instead, I brought a script. Let's read the dialogue. Imagine you're together in this conversation and feel the emotions and thoughts of the characters in it. Richard is a photographer. He goes around taking pictures to make a book called Family Album USA. On his way to New York by ship, he accidentally found out Mrs. Ban and her son Gerald are photogenic. He wanted to put them on his album, so he tries to get her permission to take pictures. Unfortunately, there is no video right now. But an important thing when we study with video is that the situation is presented in front of your eyes. So, if you imagine this, you can see Richard's behavior before he says the first sentence. He was walking around with a camera on board, and he saw Mrs. Ban and her son Jared, and thinks it's good for taking pictures. And he takes action to approach them. He approached slowly from the front so that the two would not be surprised and said, "Excuse me, my name is Richard Stewart. I'm a photographer. May I take a picture of you and your little boy?" This is a self-introduction. It is an expression of self-introduction that everyone knows well. The important thing is to learn how to start introducing yourself. Richard approached them well in the right way and got her permission. This is the next scene. Richard wants to unfold a reflector to take a picture. He needs someone's help. At this moment, Alexandra, who was passing by, offers to help. She says, "Can I help you?" But she has to say it at the right moment, so that Richard will not be surprised and will be happy to answer, "Oh, please." Alexandra is an exchange student from Greece who has only been to New York for 3 months. Her English level is not that great, but she seems to speak English well to Richard because she uses the right language in the context of the situation. This is a scene where Richard explains his book. The important thing is the attitude of the person listening to the conversation when the other person gives a long explanation. In this case, Alexandra's attitude. If you're not fluent in English, you will rarely speak long, but you will often hear the other person speak long. How do you listen to long explanations? You have to react to the rhythm of the conversation. You need to be involved in the rhythm of the conversation by nodding your head or adding appropriate exclamations, such as, oh, etc. That way, you will be able to respond appropriately when needed. The last part is the scene where Alexandra introduces herself in English. Then, when Richard heard the sound of a foghorn, he was in a hurry. He says goodbye and leaves his bag. Looking at all the lines, it feels long, but in a real situation, there is a huge amount of conversation going on in a short time. So, trying to master them all perfectly will be hard. It is important to learn one by one, focusing on the scenes you feel you can make your own. For example, Alexandra says goodbye. It's nice meeting you. Richard agrees and says goodbye. It was a pleasure meeting you too. Acting as you first met with a friend next to you, and say goodbye. Not just saying goodbye, but in sentences. It is a great achievement even if you can learn one of the farewell expressions this time. Please have fun studying. Have fun using video. Not only English sentences, but facial expressions, gestures, etc. must all be learned in context. Previously, I introduced several links to listen to and study the sound source. Today, I would like to introduce a link to study through video. Do you remember shadowing? I asked you to listen to the sound source, think about the situation, and say the same accent at the same time. The same goes for video shadowing. While watching the video, consider the behavior and background situation of the characters, and practice saying the same thing with their intonation and pace. This link is a channel with videos that practice shadowing based on the scenes of the American drama Modern Family. If you follow one expression 100 times a day and learn it with your own, it will help a lot in the future. This is a Korean channel, so I interpret some directions. 소리에 집중해 주세요. Focus on the sound. 받아쓰기를 할게요. Dictating. 연음과 강세를 확인해 주세요. Check the intonation. 듣고 따라 말해 주세요. Listen and speak. 듣기, listening. 말하기, speaking. 쉐도잉을 시작할게요. Let's start shadowing. There are also channels on YouTube that has several different foreign dramas divided by episode. In addition to the Modern Family that I recommend, if there are videos that you can enjoy studying yourself, look for them, share them with your friends, and study together. That's it for today. Next time, we will study writing too. If you have any questions, please email me. See you next time.